Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya60. As you may remember, Kabir dug a ditch and lay down in it and waited for Ramananda to come by. As he was rapidly walking, his foot touched Kabir, and he exclaimed, "Ram, Ram! Whom has my foot touched?" The Bhakta Kabir, having heard him say this, stood up and said, "You, Swami, have done me a great favor today. Your feet accidentally touched my forehead, and I heard the mantra Ram, Ram. I see no one as fortunate as myself in all the three worlds. All the good deeds that I may have committed during the infinite number of my rebirths have now come to their fruitage. Today, birth and death have ceased for me through the touch of the feet of my guru. If fate comes to one's aid, grains of sand may become brilliant diamonds. If the water of a well contains salt, fate can make it like nectar." So the Bhakta Kabir, in his love, danced before the Swami Ramananda. His heart felt intense joy because it was full of happiness. It was like that of a hungry person receiving dainty food, or as when a cloud rains upon a withering tree, or as when the husband of Shachi gave nectar to drink to one who had no longer to live, or as when a poor person finds a heap of money, or as when a sick person receives a divine medicine, or as when one seeking final deliverance becomes associated with the good and cannot contain the joy that is felt, or as when a girl who is living with her mother-in-law meets her own mother, or as when a poor person obtains a wish cow, or as when a king through his power gains his seat on the throne. All these have joy, as when the Muni Gautam arrived at the river Godavari, his mind was full of joy. Or as when Bhagirath brought the Bhagirathi river, these felt joy in their hearts. Or as when the son of the wind, Maruti, was in the forest, he suddenly met Sri Ram. Or as when Narada, seeing Vyasa, became full of joy. So the heart of Kabir was now comforted. Swami Ramananda smiled, astonished at what was taking place. Ramananda tests Kabir. He kept silence, however, and went on to perform his bath, saying to himself, "I have never seen one so determined as Kabir seems to be. So I will give him a little suffering, and so give his mind a test, as experts melt and examine inferior kind of gold, or as experts seek to discover the true diamond by placing it upon the anvil and striking it with a hammer, or as when they test the jewel in the serpent's head by winding thread around it and throwing it into a blazing fire, or as when Vishvamitra gave Harishchandra's mind a severe test, or as when Shiva came as the uninvited guest to Shriyal, or as when Koru, or as when Karna fell on the pile of arrows when Krishna went to him for some gift. So I will assume an outward anger and test Kabir's mind." On a certain day, Kabir went into the bazaar singing and dancing with joy. Tears of happiness flowed from his eyes in the fullness of his love. As he danced in his love, he said to himself, "By holding in my heart the lotus feet of my guru, Ramananda, my heart has joy." As he was thus singing in his love, Ramananda heard from a distance. He took off his wooden sandals and said angrily to Kabir, "You call yourself my disciple without any reason for it? When did I give you instructions? What witness have you employed to prove that you are my disciple? Tell me." So saying, he struck Kabir on his head with his sandal. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.